We are back with our live coverage of the Orion Ascent conference in beautiful and sunny San Diego. And my next guest is someone I've been trying to get on the show for a while, and I'm really glad the stars aligned.
Yeah.
Libby Greiwe, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so I know your podcast. I'm a fan. A lot of people are fans of your podcast.
Thank you.
We were talking a bit off camera about what we're going to talk about. And I think what I'd like to focus on for goRIA, one of the big steps, a big first step, is repapering all your accounts.
Ooh, yes.
Anyone that tells you repapering is easy is lying, but it could be made better for the advisor. But we're going to talk about how we can make it better for someone equally important, the client. What would you say about that?
Yeah, so when we look at friction in business, there's kind of two lenses we want to look through, right? There's the lens of how do we make it better, faster, smarter, cheaper, easier for us as the business owner on the business side. But often we neglect, like, what is the experience our client is having in this too? And while goRIA is beneficial to us as the advisor, but also to our clients, broader array of offerings, maybe a little bit more fiduciary capacity.
Friendly, we like to say all the time.
That's
absolutely,
right.
Yes.
We forget that this is a big deal for them too, right? They're doing paperwork. It wasn't their choice. It's kind of happening to them by happenstance.
Yep.
So we need to think about how do we make this as easy as possible for them, right? And so I think I see a lot, advisors are in this rush to get all the money moved over, as they should be. But what's happening is we're leaving our clients kind of in this limbo where they need to set up a new portal, they need to get new account numbers, maybe attach their checking account to something. There's just a lot going on for them too.
Yeah.
And so what I suggest to advisors is it feels like an extra step. However, it goes a long way inside of the client relationship when we're repapering, is to have what we call a paperwork party. And inside of this paperwork party, so instead of just sending them 13 DocuSigns, actually sending them the DocuSigns, but getting on Zoom and just saying, hey, here's exactly what we're doing. Here's what this one is. Go ahead and sign that. Let's make sure you don't have any questions about it. Because what we don't want to have happen is the friction of a client sitting down and seeing 13 emails from Chuck in their inbox, and they're like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to wait till Saturday when I have some time on my calendar and I can sit down with a cup of coffee and go through all of this.
Right.
Then they start to go through it, and maybe they have questions, so then they email you, you respond on Monday, and who knows when they're going to have time to sit down and really go through it all again. Now, of course, you're going to have some of the clients who are just like, whatever Chuck says is fine, boom, 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 sign them all and get them over.
Yeah.
But we want to think about, what can they expect? Is this going to be quick? Is this going to be slow? Is it a 1035 exchange? Is there an ACAT? Like, is it a rollover? What are the different pieces of business that we're doing? And then having some sort of system to follow up with them. And I know this sounds like a lot, but every week or every other week, hey, here's where we're at. Here's what's moved over. Here's what's still pending. Those darn 529s are still lingering out there, and we're going to get those taken care of. So our clients can feel really comfortable knowing, okay, this is kind of messy, but Chuck's got this. And here's exactly what's happening to our life savings and the thing that's going to fund all of our goals, right? We want to know where everything's at along the way. Because what we don't want to have happen, and what I see a lot, is when we start moving stuff and we're like, okay, you know, we'll take care of the 529s in a few months, or we're going to do that part later. The clients are kind of going, well, where is everything's kind of scattered and in limbo, and it feels uncomfortable for them. They're already making this jump with us, right? Being willing to goRIA with us, that we want to make sure they feel really supported along the way.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And for me, whenever I need to get something done with another person, the best thing in the world for me is to put it on the calendar.
Oh, absolutely.
Tuesday at 2 p.m., this is what we're doing. Whether it's talking about how we're going to reallocate a portfolio, or in this case, how we're going to fill out the paperwork, and to brand it. And I love to brand. If I could put a brand on something, I'm putting a brand on it.
Yeah.
Brand it as a paperwork party, why not? I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and clients love this idea. Instead of like, go do it yourself, here's some homework in your spare time, right? None of us have spare time. Instead, this is a concierge level experience. We're going to do this with you. We're going to do it together. You're going to feel supported. It's just for an elevated practice or someone who's wanting to deliver that kind of Ritz Carlton experience. The Ritz Carlton's not just be like, oh, here, do this yourself. It's how can we do it with you?
Right.
And when we started doing paperwork parties just for brand new prospects that were turning into clients, our processing time was cut in over half just by putting it on the calendar, making space for it, and walking them through everything.
Absolutely love that. So
Yeah.
what about tracking? Something I have to say, and most of the audience knows, like, this is a side gig. I'm actually not a reporter, you know. I run a firm, believe it or not,
Right.
Sovereign. And what we've done is something similar to that, but we put it all, we love our CRM, and we have everything in stages.
Yes.
Right? So paperwork sent. We could probably now add paperwork party scheduled,
Yes.
paperwork party done, paperwork
Yes.
in. I assume you must recommend having some sort of way of visualizing where everyone is in that journey.
You got it. So I when my boys were little, they loved when we ordered Domino's pizza because of the Domino's pizza tracker, right? It would pop up on the iPad and they would sit there and they'd go, okay, Mom, Ramon's putting the toppings on the pizza. Okay, now the pizza's in the oven. Okay, the pizza's on its way. And they would watch it along the way.
They go to that level of specificity, like when the pepperoni's going on?
Oh, yeah.
That is awesome.
And it's a 6-step process. And what it taught me was that the human brain is wired to want to know what to expect next. Yeah. So we actually implemented inside of my business what we called our investment pizza tracker. And that was what we called it internally. And we would just keep our clients informed of here's where we're at. There's a whole bunch of moving parts. Here's where we're at in the process. Here's what's done. Here's what's still pending. Here's what you can expect next. And our clients loved it. It was one of those things that felt so silly to send them this email every week just saying, here's where we're at. Here's the pizza tracker for all of your stuff. But our clients loved it. And it was interesting because our company used to do NPS. And they would call clients and say, what do you love about working with Libby? And this stupid pizza tracker came up all the time on their own volition, not being prompted for it. Like, oh, we just love knowing where everything's at in the process. Because there's nothing worse than having a client wondering, well, where is that $2 million? Like, where is my $2 million? I saw it left there.
Right.
Now, when does it arrive and what's happening next? We want them to have some semblance of they've got it covered. They're on top of this. My money's not going to get lost in the shuffle.
Absolutely love that. And you might love branding even more than I do. Like, I thought I put like a little tag or an acronym on everything, but the pizza tracking thing, I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we're coming up on time here, give us one last tidbit to leave for the audience on how to make that experience as good as possible for the client.
One last thing that I would suggest is at some point after the dust has settled, letting your clients know that you're going to do what we would call your formal onboarding meeting. And this would be after the money has arrived and things are situated. Just instead of, again, saying, hey, log into the new portal, select e-delivery, go ahead and nickname your accounts, having just a quick Zoom call with them to help them get logged in. So my director of operations would literally sit with our clients and say, okay, go ahead and let's create your login right now. Go ahead and download the app on your phone. Let's make sure that you can get in.
That's a great idea.
Let's make sure if you needed 20 grand from the car dealership to get the car, which one are we wiring it to? Is that the one that's on file for you? Do you want e-delivery? Do you want nicknames? Let me show you where your tax statements are. Just making them feel really supported so that the market doesn't go down and they're trying to get online for the first time and they don't know where stuff is and it's frustrating. It's that friction thing that we want to help our clients smooth over.
Absolutely love it. So I tell you what, Libby, I've been looking forward to this. This did not disappoint. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Okay, you bet. And so that is it for this particular segment. We have 3 more to go today. Stand by. I'll be back in another hour with some more content. And thanks for joining us. Fantastic.
Great, thank you. Thanks for having me.